Lando Norris is a fan favourite off and on track, and he's now signed a multi-year contract with McLaren, guaranteeing him a seat until the end of the 2025 season. But the young Brit still has yet to get a win under his belt. So what does he have to do this year to prove his worth? It's a big commitment from McLaren to put their faith in Lando, but Lando is no longer considered a rookie. To maintain our high opinions, he must deliver a win before there are too many question marks over his ability. Welcome back, Formula 1 fans, to another video. While you're here, help us out by hitting the like and subscribe buttons, and ring the notification bell to be updated when we post new videos. In case you've missed us, and we hope you have, the Formula 1 team have been away for some much needed sunshine and R&R, plus plenty of time spent spotting Sir Lewis on enormous digital billboards in all the trendiest locations in Dubai. A lot has happened while we were away.
I have lost my contract to compete in the Formula.
Mazepin lost the Haas seat to the surprise and disappointment of no one, and we've got the familiar face of K-Mag back behind the wheel. Barcelona testing came and went, and we've now finished pre-season testing in Bahrain. And perhaps best of all, the new season of Drive to Survive has dropped on Netflix. But the topic of today's video is none of those things. Nope, we're going to talk about Lando Norris and how he has to win a race this year. Lando has been a fixture at McLaren now since 2019, and despite finishing 12th in the Drivers' Championship that year, he outqualified teammate Carlos Sainz 11 times out of 21, and definitely won over the McLaren higher-ups, especially team principal Zak Brown, who signed him to the team through 2022 and has become his '1 fanboy.
Lando.
2020 was a much stronger year for Lando and McLaren in general, giving us the epic bromance that is Lando and McLaren third place in the Constructors' Championship. Lando became the third youngest podium finisher at the Austrian Grand Prix after he was bumped up to third place following Lewis's post-race penalty, and he went on to finish in the Drivers' Championship in 9th place, while gaining reputation for being able to hammer home a fastest lap in the closing moments of a Grand Prix. But he didn't make it onto another podium all season. 2021, on the other hand, was a game of two halves. The first half of the season felt very close but no cigar for Lando, with a run of 4th and 5th place finishes and 2 third place podiums. McLaren had a stellar 1-2 finish in Monza, but it was Danny Rick on the top step and doing a shoey, with Lando a slightly bittersweet 2nd place. Probably thinking the same thing we all were. It should have been him. It was mostly downhill from there, with a string of car problems and weak finishes, though with the exception of Hungary's DNF, thanks Bottas, and Spa, thanks Rain, he never finished outside the points. He did generally perform well in qualifying throughout the season, though he did fall foul of several track limits and rule breaches. The highest and lowest point of his season was undoubtedly the Russian Grand Prix, where he scored his first ever F1 pole start, only for his race to be ruined by rain and a reluctance to come in for intermediate tyres. I get stressed just thinking about that race. So throughout his first 3 years in F1, Lando has shown amazing skills and an easygoing yet dedicated personality. He has an enthusiasm for the technical aspects of the car and often stays late after a race to help the team take the car apart ready for the next race weekend. He's clearly at home with the McLaren team and has found his niche in Formula 1. But he's no longer got the buffer of being considered a rookie, despite still only being a babyface 22 years old. He's been in the same team the whole of his time in F1, and it's high time he starts delivering results, or the questioning will start in earnest. McLaren have shown huge faith in Lando. He needs to repay that. Lando comes across as a slightly awkward, if affable Jack the Lad type, and he has a huge following among the younger F1 fans, a regular on streaming platform Twitch, and the driving force behind the exciting lifestyle brand Quadrant.
How you doing everyone?
He's the quintessential British boy next door, but he's also the son of the 501st richest man in the country. He was in the privileged position of being able to skip his GCSEs in place of private tutoring, allowing him to focus on his racing career. He now lives in Monaco for financial reasons, and it's only because of his popularity and clear ability that he's escaped the pay driver accusations. They will start to come though if he can't prove he has what it takes to win races. 2022 needs to be Lando's year. He no longer has a teammate he's 100% comfortable with. His friendship with Carlos Sainz was fabulous to watch on McLaren's YouTube channel, but perhaps the lack of rivalry meant he wasn't cutthroat enough? That's definitely not a problem now though, as we saw last year that his relationship with Danny Ric, while cordial, had no real bond and often felt stilted and awkward. Rivalry will not be a problem here, especially after it was Danny who managed to snag McLaren's first win in years. Neither driver seemed particularly enthused at the somewhat awkward car launch earlier this year, but that could be because they knew it still wasn't the final version of the car.
No, I love it. Lovely colours, pops a lot more, I think, than last season, stands out a lot. Shame it's the number 3 where you'll be seeing now, because number 4 looks much better from this side.
But we've had Barcelona and Bahrain testing now, and I'm not convinced McLaren are going to have a strong start to the year. With Danny Ric isolating due to a run-in with the Rona, Lando has had the MCL 36 in the McLaren garage in Bahrain all to himself with 3 full days of testing, the most of any driver for 2022. It will definitely put Daniel at a disadvantage going into the first race of the season, but looking at Lando's lap times and the struggle the MCL 36 has had with overheating brakes, I'm not sure it's given Lando much joy. If McLaren have any hopes of getting another win this season, they need to fix these issues, and Lando needs to find the edge it will take to get a victory. Ferrari and Red Bull have looked very strong in testing, and McLaren are not up there yet. Lando has absolutely put the work over the past 3 years in to deserve a win. He's dedicated himself to McLaren wholeheartedly, and despite nibbles from other interested teams, he's shown nothing but loyalty and respect for McLaren, a team much beloved by F1 fans and long overdue a revival. He is dedicated and hard-working and incredibly talented, showing he can knock out strong qualifying times and fastest laps, but also showing a level-headedness in his driving that other drivers his age can lack. For the most part, he makes sensible decisions, Sochi notwithstanding, and he stays clear of on-track scraps. He knows when his fight is with the midfield, and he knows when he can tackle the top teams. If the car can deliver, so can he, but it needs to happen soon. I generally adore Lando Norris, but he's not infallible. I want to see him performing strongly and making it clear just why McLaren and Zach are entrusting the team's future to him. What do you think, Formula 1 fans? Let us know in the comments below, and remember to like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching!